This video from the Innovation Leaders Club explores how to grow your innovation capacity by looking beyond your internal team. Your competitive advantage isn't just found within your organization. To accelerate your projects and maximize your impact, it's time to harness the power of your innovation ecosystem. In this episode, discover 4 key steps to optimize your partner network and boost your innovation capacity without breaking the bank. We illustrate these strategies with concrete examples from industries that are succeeding through external collaboration. Learn how to transform your ecosystem into a strategic lever for tangible results. We have developed a 60-page visual guidebook on how to develop an innovation strategy. It is a fully illustrated step-by-step guide to building the foundation of an innovation system. Click the link in the description below to download it for free. The innovation ecosystem plays a vital role in enabling innovators to develop and launch at a more efficient rate, to basically do more with current resources. It usually involves interconnected organizations that co-evolve in terms of shared knowledge and technology and strategically collaborate to develop new offerings. Optimizing the ecosystem to increase innovation capacity can be divided in 2 parts. Steps 1 and 2 involve mapping and assessing the current innovation ecosystem, while steps 3 and 4 include optimizing and expanding the ecosystem to improve its capacity to innovate. During steps 1 and 2, the mapping serves as a key tool that aids team members to recognize who is part of the ecosystem. It is designed to better understand the relationships and dependencies of organizations involved. Consequently, this led some club members to realize there were too many stakeholders involved and it requires too much coordination. Also, mapping allows to identify gaps. Once the mapping is completed, the assessment of an ecosystem begins. This aims to determine the contribution of the stakeholders of the innovation ecosystem. Determining how performant the members within the innovation ecosystem are includes the awareness of the innovation strategy as well as the vision for innovation, the awareness of their roles and the expectations, and finally, their current involvement in the innovation activities. Having an innovation strategy defined is the first component of an innovation management system, and it is the foundation. It quantifies the objectives for innovation, defines areas of focus, namely strategic arenas, and specifies an implementation plan. The innovation strategy is deemed to be ambitious, which often requires the support of external resources. Steps 3 and 4 proceed with the optimization and the expansion of the ecosystem to improve its innovation capacity by presenting the innovation plan and discussing the expected contribution from the targeted organizations, expanding the innovation ecosystem by having new partners fill the capability gap, assigning specific tasks to partners, and finally, planning periodic meetings and workshops to improve the collaboration. Following the innovation strategy in the innovation management system comes the front end of innovation. The purpose of the front end of innovation is to identify business opportunities and select the best ones. Once the best opportunities are agreed upon, many ideas are generated depending on the response to each thought. Multiple ideas are then combined and enriched, and from this, concepts are developed and their feasibility is evaluated. The point of this exercise is to gather enough data to justify whether or not the concept is viable at project portfolio management. The purpose of this step is to select the best project proposals based on the previously defined innovation strategy. This should be completed while considering your organization's development and launch capacity. The Innovation Project Portfolio Review aims to maintain a good balance between high and low-risk projects with a central goal of maximizing the value of the investment in innovation activities. Once projects are selected and resources allocated, innovation projects move to the development phase. Ultimately, this is where innovations are developed, tested, and validated by customers. The last component of the innovation management system is the launch phase. It encompasses the commercial and operational launch. It is also where innovation efforts start to be monetized. These linear components are easy to follow and understand, and this is where their strength lies. They're simple to communicate, which makes them ideal for teaching to the rest of your organization. The reality is that an innovation process will need to be repeated in order to achieve your desired results, so making it linear will keep it simple. It is important to highlight that the innovation ecosystem links all of these 5 components. However, the innovation ecosystem will mainly be tackled with the innovation project portfolio management, since this is where the evaluation of the capacity to develop the whole innovation project pipeline and allocation of resources is performed. Then it is possible to evaluate which product or project will be done with members or partners. The extent of the innovation ecosystem that can be leveraged will be determined during this process. Let's discuss multiple sectors that can make very good use of their ecosystem to innovate. They share the risk of innovation investment, but they also share profitability coming from innovation business outcomes. There are numerous industries that use their ecosystem to innovate. One of the best examples is the electronics sector. Prior to fabricating their own chips, the iPhone used to be powered by Samsung or Intel chips and other components. This also applies for the modem, camera module, microphone, and touchscreen controller, which are also outsourced from various suppliers around the world. Leveraging supplier strengths enables the company to create a product that is superior in the end. Hence, the major role played by Apple focuses on its vision to ensure worthy contributions to the product. Next is aerospace. When Bombardier, a Canadian airplane manufacturer, decided to develop the C-Series, now the A220 of Airbus, they met with all of their partners, suppliers, and potential vendors. It is comparable to speed dating, in which they meet their potential partners and identify who is suitable to be part of the development. Their request was simple: to meet with them if they had anything that could help them reach their goals. Among the objectives include the presentation of a vision to aid the development of an airplane that would be approximately 50% less nitrogen emitted and 20% more fuel efficient. As a result, the engine was developed by Pratt & Whitney, the landing gear by Liebherr, and so on for all the other main parts. Interestingly, when you have a clear vision of what you want to accomplish, you can boost your innovation capacity by using your external innovation ecosystem and speed your time to market as an outcome. Finally, another sector that uses the ecosystem to innovate is the automobile sector. Car manufacturers are known as aggregators. They integrate parts from various suppliers to create a substantial product. Let's take a look at Tesla, one of the most innovative car manufacturers in the world. Tesla is recognized for working with its ecosystem. Being one of the first car manufacturers in the electric sector, they found an almost uncharted territory in intellectual property. Hence, they patented everything they could to protect their inventions. Such an approach will eventually be profitable since the organization is protecting its edge in a lucrative market. Initially, this strategy was ideal when Tesla was only manufacturing the Roadster and Model S. The cars were being sold at premium prices, thus covering the high cost of its low-volume parts. Tesla's patent strategy aimed to protect their technology and in turn prevented other large auto manufacturers from using them. However, this proved to be counterproductive as it also halted them from benefiting through a much bigger economy of scale. This became evident when they aimed to manufacture the Model 3 at a more affordable price point, but were unable to do so. Thus, in 2014, Elon Musk recognized the issue and candidly explained in a letter on Tesla's blog his decision to change its approach by opening their patent portfolio to everyone. From some club members' opinion, It was the only way to lower the costs by promoting a higher volume of generic components to become profitable with their newer models targeting the mass market. There are various objectives in reviewing the innovation ecosystem. Let's suggest one objective which can be easily quantified. Every year, most club members make a constant effort to increase internal innovation resources to innovate more. However, it can be a challenge to justify them. What if it could be faster and more realistic to increase your capacity by increasing the overall innovation ecosystem? As an example, when a customer calls you for help, you devote resources to help him. On the other hand, do you contact your suppliers to let them know how they could help you with your innovation plan? Here's the good news. There is capacity sitting in your supplier's office, and they are willing to work with you. Also, are you involving the client who has expressed their need to invest time and in some cases money in the development? An example of a client's investment in time is in testing the innovation. Also, after a launch, they could support your commercialization by serving as a technological showcase for your market. Some club members would say, if a client is not willing to invest time in supporting the development, it means he doesn't have a real need for it. This is why some club members' management teams will not approve a development plan unless at least one significant client has provided a firm purchasing commitment based on the concept being proposed. A simple objective you can set for your organization is to have at least 50% of your innovation capacity coming from your external ecosystem. If you haven't already done so, you can get your hands on our popular 60-page visual guidebook for free. Click the link in the description below. Don't hesitate to watch the next video to learn even more about innovation management practices.